Bill, we were just doing some research online
Yep.
about group therapy and kind of some of the stuff that you've been subjected to,
Yep.
and in particular the Safe Choices
Yeah.
therapy with Saul Schoenberg. And in this study that we're reading, there's a paragraph here I want to read, and then I want you to tell me how you feel about this.
Okay.
These circumstances, when we're talking about group therapy,
Yeah.
also provide a subtle opportunity for any hostility or pathology in a therapist to affect the therapist's behavior and the process of therapy. The research in sensitivity groups, Lieberman, Yalom, and Miles, 1973, demonstrates the damage a hostile therapist can do to vulnerable group members.
Mm-hmm.
A hostile therapist can cause serious emotional harm to patients. The seductiveness of the powerful level of control available to a therapist can cause the therapy to be destructive and damaging. Countertransference by a therapist must be actively considered, examined, and dealt with when found to be present.
Yeah.
So this is talking about how hostility in the therapist affects the members of a group and individuals.
Right.
Do you feel like you understand what they're saying there?
Yeah, they're saying that if the therapist is hostile, then he can he's hurting the clients that he's treating.
Right.
He's gonna make them actually worse.
Right. And it also says it can cause serious the seductiveness of the powerful level of control available to a therapist. Do you feel like in that group that there was, or not just in that group, but the Safe Choices program, was it total control?
Oh yeah, they had total control over every single thing that I did, or anybody that was in that program did.
Right. Did you have
you
any
couldn't shit without asking them first, pretty much.
Right, because in order to go into a bathroom, you had to ask them to stop the car.
Yep.
And they had to approve where you could go, where you could stop to use the bathroom.
Yep. And they had to have a staff member go into the bathroom with you if it was a multi-stall.
Yeah, that's pretty... So, do you feel like Saul Schoenberg is hostile?
Yes, I do.
What kind of behaviors did he exhibit in group that were hostile?
He yelled at people a lot.
Did he swear?
Sometimes, yeah, he did.
There was usually another person sitting in on the group, and a lot of times that was Kathy Aiken, right?
Yep.
How do you feel like she treated you?
She didn't really talk as much as Saul did.
No?
No.
Did you ever hear her call people liars?
Yes, I have heard her say that before.
Do you think that she says that? Does she, and maybe not call people liars, but disagree with the clients and make them...
Yes, she does that.
Change their stories?
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like you would go into group with one, story, or...
Yeah, I'd go in with one story and then come out with a different one.
Why do you think that would happen?
Because they would intimidate you into changing your story.
What did they want to hear?
They wanted to hear that you were having rape fantasies or deviant fantasies about kids.
And what if you said you didn't?
Then they would call you a liar. And they would say that they know what you're thinking.
Do you think that a program like this, where you don't have any activities in your life, you don't have any hobbies, you don't have any freedom, you don't have any enjoyment, but you have a lot of talk about sex and deviant sex and pedophilia type sex. Do you think that makes people sexualize children?
Yes, I do believe that would make people sexualize kids.
Do you feel like, you were
in a bad way, too, not a good way, because having sex with a kid is not good.
Right. There is no good way to sexualize children. And being constantly forced to talk about children in a sexualized way.
Yeah. It's harmful to the client.
You told people this years ago, didn't you? That you felt like being exposed to this and listening to this from other clients in this setting was really bad for you.
Oh yeah, I've told them that more than once.
Many times. And years ago. And I remember at one meeting, it was a big meeting.
Yeah.
It was with several different people from the state. It was some sort of an investigation into the Safe Choices program, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe Sally Ashworth was there.
Yeah.
And I know that I brought it up at that meeting that you felt like being subjected to this group setting where you were listening to all this was bad for you. I know that in that review of this Safe Choices program, you told them that, and I told them that.
I do remember that.
So you've been telling people that you think this is bad for you.
Yes, I have.
And they've just continued to subject you to this hostile...
Yep, they have.
Do you feel like it's going to take years of therapy to get back to some sort of normal?
Yeah, I do.
Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
And are you happy?
They pretty much brainwash you when you're in Safe Choices. And then you gotta go to therapy to get unbrainwashed.
Right.
To fix your brain so you're not thinking the way they think.
Not thinking the way they think.
Yep.
Because it's the people that are supposedly the professionals that are thinking that way.
Yep. That's true.
That's pretty sad.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it is. I don't think like that. I don't think about kids that way at all.
That's not what they want to hear, though, is it?
Nope, not at all. They want to hear that I'm having deviant fantasies about kids, even though I'm not. They don't care if I am or not. But that's what they want to hear.
Do you think a lot of the group members do that?
Oh yeah, I know they do that.
Because
they do that because they think if they give him all kinds of information about deviant fantasies that they're going to get off at 248 and they're going to live a normal life. Well, that ain't going to happen. The more they admit to having those kind of fantasies, the less chance they're going to have to get out.
And they're told exactly the opposite.
Yeah, they're told the opposite, that they're going to get out if they admit everything they've done in the past, even if it's not true.
Do you feel like you heard a lot of people say a lot of things that weren't true?
Yeah, I do. Like, one of the clients said that he had 54 or 52 fantasies in 1 week. That's like not even freaking possible. I don't even have that many fantasies in a week. They're all appropriate too. They're not deviant fantasies.
Right.
They're all about women. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, you're welcome, hon. I love you.
I love you too.